Hi, lovelies. Welcome to Managing My Money with Rosa. Today, we are going to do one of my favorite days, and that is Transfer Thursday, where we are intentionally investing for our future. If you're new here, my name is Rosa. My channel is all about my personal budgeting journey. It is usually about cash envelopes, sinking funds, savings challenges, how we stash our money, where we stash our money, why we stash our money. And as you can tell today, it's a little bit about our investing journey. If any of that is of interest to you and you have not already, I'd really appreciate it if you take a second and hit subscribe down below. If you are a subscriber, oh my gosh, thank you so much for coming back and spending a little bit more of your time with me. I cannot tell you how much I appreciate it. And everyone, please take a second, smash that thumbs up button. All right, so today we are going to just quickly review what happened with my IRA since the last time we were here, and then see which stocks we purchased our extra $5 for the month in. So we always start with my IRA tracker. For those of you that are new here, you're looking at my chart and it says 2024. Yes, it does say 2024. You can put a max of $7,000 into 2024's IRA. Same thing for 2025's IRA. You can put a max of $7,000 into it. And if you don't reach that max by the end of the year, the end of 2024, you actually have until April 15th to continue putting in, trying to reach that $7,000 into last year's IRA. Once you do either hit the $7,000 or April 15th comes around, then I have to roll into my 2025 IRA. Well, we were on a debt-free journey, we're on a debt-free journey for a couple of years, and in doing so, we put minimal into the IRA, which meant that we didn't get anywhere close to the $7,000 come the end of the year. As a matter of fact, by the end of 2024, I'd only put $450 in, not even close to $7,000. Well, we were working on our $10,000 savings challenge so that we could have our 3 to 6 month emergency. We could put 10,000 into it. And then, so that still wasn't, my IRA still wasn't a priority, but we did start to put a little bit more. So we were putting $50 in once we stopped paying, or once we finished all of our debt, and then we were focused on our $10,000 savings challenge. So by the end of, or by the time this posts, I will have put $700 into our IRA. I get paid tomorrow, so we'll put another 50 in. But for right now, we are at $700 for our 2024. It's only 10% of what should have gone into my IRA. That's okay. I'm just excited that there's some in it and some going into it. Whole lot of things are changing with the budget. Just lots of stuff is changing. So this will go up a little bit more for our to finish out 2024 and roll into 2025, but we're still not going to max it out in 2025, which kind of makes me sad. Makes me really sad, but that's okay, neither here nor there. So just trying to make sure that we are putting some towards our future and for retirement. I did get a question recently about an IRA. I use Fidelity. I like it because it is a full service brokerage. If I have any questions, I can pick up the telephone and call and say, hey, or someone can call me back. And with that being said, I have made a choice to have them essentially manage my IRA. I have I think it's called a IRA to go, I think is what it's called, and where they put all of my money into particular stocks. And I have loved every piece of having them manage my IRA for me. I think over the so I started this about 2 years ago. I started putting some in, might have been 3 years ago putting some in, I don't remember exactly, but it's up 20 something percent since the time that I started putting money into it. Now, it's a very small IRA just because it has not been a priority. This has not been where we are really pushing and flexing all of our money into, but it does continue to grow, and I love that we are up 20%, and I love that Fidelity has taken care of it for me. Just because you put money into an IRA doesn't mean a thing. You have to go then and invest that money into stocks, mutual funds, index funds, whatever it is that you would like to, and I wanted one less decision to make, and this for me was one less decision. Fidelity manages my entire IRA for me. Yes, there is a fee to do that. I'm okay with it because it's minimal compared to I could be losing money. And right now I am really up and I love it. So I'm not worried about it, but that's my IRA. And then we have a handful of, we have some stocks, that individual stocks that I use as bounces. I buy low, I sell high. We have about 5 or 6 of those that I just play in. And sometimes it's a waiting game. Like right now, I'm waiting for a handful to go back up so that I can get out and be able to play around with all of that. We also have some stocks that are dividend stocks for us, in which that means they pay us either monthly or quarterly. So I have since our debt was paid off, I made a decision that the goal this year for our investing, for our dividend portfolio specifically, was that we would put $5, $5 to $10, but mostly $5 into each one of the dividend positions that we are focusing on. Now, there are a couple I have that I can't wait to get out of. I want out of them. I'm not particularly fond of the return rate. I'm not particularly fond of the stock itself. It's things that I shouldn't have gotten into, but I did, and whatever. And now I'm just waiting for them to get to a certain price point so I can bail out of them. But all of these, what are here, are the ones that we are actually focused on growing and building. This is very slow. I put anywhere from $50 to $60 of one of my paychecks in. Basically, it gives me $5 for every one of these. So it's very slow going, but just trying to slowly work on building it up. This will be one of my, along with my IRA. So I have an IRA, a 401k, and then we have dividend stocks. And between all of those is where we're going to be putting our, say, 15% of our income for our future. So just knowing that that's part of where all of this is coming from. So let's talk about what we did buy. So because I use Fidelity, well, not because, since I use them, I can tell it, depending on what servicer you use to purchase your stocks, I know that through Fidelity, I can tell it that I want to put in $5. I want to buy $5 of OBDC. When I told it I wanted $5 of OBDC, it then does all the calculations. I tell it I want it at market value, which says, Rosa doesn't care what she gets into it. I just want into it $5, please. I can put in for a limit order, which says I only want it if I can purchase it at this price. I don't do that for any of these. I just say, let me in. I have some of these purchases that are really expensive, and I have some of these purchases that are really cheap. It just all depends, but it all balances itself out. So I never really worry about what price point I got in. I just want in. So I tell Fidelity I wanted $5. It popped out that it bought me $4.99 worth of shares. And for OBDC, that means I got about a third of a share, 0.337 shares. I will not get paid from OBDC this month, but I will get paid from them next month. They are a quarterly payer. All right, OHI, again, I told it I wanted $5. It popped out $4.99. I didn't get as much. I only got 0.132 shares. That's all right. I got paid from it last month, so I won't see a payment this month because, again, it pays me every quarter. PFLT, told it I wanted 5. It gave me 5. Almost a half a share is what got purchased. 0.449 shares tells me that this is somewhere around 10, I'm going to guess $11 a share. The fact that I got just under half a share. Now, I did get paid from PFLT. I got paid $3.31 and I earned 0.293 more shares. PFLT pays me every month. Yay! Absolutely love it. Oh, one thing that I want to say too, when I say I got paid by them, it doesn't really mean it went into my account. I have it set up so that it does what's called DRIP, Dividend Reinvestment Plan, where when I get paid my $3.31, Fidelity automatically turns around and purchases me $3.31 more of whatever that particular stock is. So when it came through and I got paid that day, it then turns around and automatically purchases more of that stock. So it's a way for me to grow a position without having to put in extra money. PNNT, I put in $5. It popped out 0.690 shares. And in doing so, I got really excited, just over a half. Also got paid from PNNT $7.65, and it purchased 1.061 shares. love it, love it, love it. PSEC, I told it $5. It said, not a problem, Rosa. You can have 1.139 shares of PSEC. Now, I haven't been paid from them this month. That's okay, but I should be paid. I got paid $466 last month. I should get paid a little bit more than that. So I'm hoping like $470, $475 this month. But again, to earn another full share is the goal here. RATM, no payment this month. That's okay. I did put in $4.99 and it popped out 0.424 shares, almost half a share. Yay! Again, tells me that this is about a $10 stock, probably 11 something, since I didn't quite get a half a share. So now So is one of my more expensive stocks. The price actually has come down recently. I told it I wanted $5. It gave me $4.92. And that gave me 0.053 shares. This was running about $100 a share for quite some time. I think it's dropped down to like 80 or 90. I actually bought this last week, last week. I don't remember, but I don't remember how much it was how much the price of it was, and I haven't looked today, but I did get paid $1.49. It's not a whole stinking lot, but it's more than what I had before. And when it comes to investing and getting my dividends, guys, that is my mantra. It is more than I had before. AT&T, I put in 5, it popped out $4.99, and I got 0.184. T is sitting somewhere around the $20 mark right now. Verizon, I got I put in $5, I got $4.98. It popped out 0.106 shares, which really tells me I think this is about $50 a share. And then last but not least, we have ExxonMobil. ExxonMobil, I got into at a very cheap, great, fantastic price. It's the only reason that I still have it. Otherwise, its dividend return is less than what I would like for it to be. It's sitting around 100 again. It fluctuates. It's been up to I think like 150, and I bought in at 60. I'm not too worried about growing this too quickly, but at the same time I do want to increase it. This is one position that we are going to keep, mostly for the growth, but also because it pays decent. It's 99 cents a share is what it gives me. So I got $2.72, but because it's so expensive, it earned me minimal, like itty bitty share pieces, and that is perfectly fine with me. But ExxonMobil, the only reason I own it is because I got in cheap. If it were to come around right now, I want to say it's like 3% is what it pays you back. I try really hard to do ones that pay me 4% or higher so that I can have that 4% goal of, that is my goal, is to be at a minimum of 4% rate of return. So ExxonMobil is one that what I bought it for, I'm better than the 4%, but really and truly, if I were to start this right now, ExxonMobil is not one I would get into. And that is the last of what we bought for out of my last paycheck. And I did purchase some advanced auto parts out of my honey's check. We do this every one of his checks, so it typically is twice a month. So we bought $24.99. I tell it $25, and it popped out 0.659 shares. I won't shade this in until I buy again with his next check, which will be next week. So when it comes to April, you'll see what we finally did purchase all in March, but I'm not going to fill that in right now. And then everything else in this stack we've already taken care of filling in our March bubble, so I don't need to worry about that. We are in the process of continuing to reach the goal of at least $5 in every one of our top priority positions. So love, 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 love it. If you have any questions or just want to say, hey, I'd love if you drop it in chat. I hope you have a great day. Bye, guys.